Oh, that's me at the San Diego Zoo. I'm a little upset because I can't play with the bears. I guess I do play with some bears every now and then. And the bear's not even... I wanted to be a lawyer since I was in 3rd grade. Oh, this is my debutante ball. So this guy here was Brian on General Hospital. And all my friends are like, what are you doing with Brian from General Hospital?
I just have the feeling that you would rather be at the movies than be here.
Oh, come on, don't make me sound so boring.
Honey, this is a very big social event.
Oh, like, he's a family friend. He's from Fort Worth. I'm an 18-year-old college freshman in this picture. Look how skinny I am.
Let's mingle.
Thank you.
This is the house that I lived in Fort Worth for like forever. This is my mom, my uncle, who is like my dad too, and my aunt. And if you'll look in that garage, that's the big family station wagon where we take those long trips. My grandfather owned all these houses, right? And so we lived in a house that my grandfather owned, or we lived in all these houses. There's another one across the street from us. We lived in that one. We lived in the one in the middle. We lived in this one here. There's another one on the other side. And then we finally moved into the big one on the street. But this is my mom, and these are my brothers, and those are our dogs. There's Rex, and there's Lady. We had a career day at my elementary school when I was in 3rd grade, and they had like all these different people who came, and there were a lot of men in different careers, like doctors, and there were like, you know, firefighters, and there was this woman who came, and that was kind of unusual. And she had this thing, and I will call it a thing. She had this thing with her, and she was taking papers out of it. And then when they introduced her, she was a lawyer, and she was really tall. She was really tall and really, at that time, you know, being a 3rd grade, I thought she was just beautiful. She's this beautiful, tall woman taking papers out of this thing. And I remember going home that night at dinner, and, you know, we always had dinner together in my house. I grew up in a family, a big family, 7 kids. And talking to my parents about it and telling them that this lawyer was one of the people who came to our career day that day. And I don't know if it was my mom or my dad who said, well, that was probably a briefcase, honey. And from that day forward, I said, that's what I want to do. I want to be a lawyer, and I want one of those things, a briefcase.
Karen has worked very hard to do it, so much so that she was recently announced as the co-managing shareholder for the Austin office. It was really wonderful that she chose to join us at Greenberg Traurig.
What are some of the core strengths that you think allow her to be successful in the field?
Anybody who knows and has worked with Karen will tell you that she is very focused, becoming the general counsel for the Texas Municipal League, then going to the city of Austin as first assistant city attorney, and then the city attorney. And some people don't make the switch from government to big law firms very easily. The other thing, when you see someone like Karen, is the humility she brings.
My career path, I think, is based upon what I like to call 3 pillars: faith, family, and friends and colleagues. And those 3 pillars are the foundation for everything that I have done and everything that I have achieved. I will say that my oldest brother has a real big impact on the fact that I continued to stay in law school. But during the most difficult time in his life, when I probably wanted to quit law school, he wrote me a letter encouraging me not to give up.
What was that like for you to have that deep encouragement in spite of?
My oldest brother is the first person in Texas to receive a posthumous pardon and a posthumous exoneration.
Tim Cole was the first Texan to receive a posthumous pardon in the history of the state. Today, Timothy Cole's statue at 19th University looks over the campus day and night to serve as a daily reminder of his very tragic story.
Call came that he had been arrested for aggravated rape. It was disbelief.
So at the time, He was serving a 25-year sentence for a crime he didn't commit.
Lineup was bad. Tim was the only color picture in the lineup. The detective that did the lineup knew that he wanted the young lady to pick Tim, one of the victims, and so he kind of suggested that she do. When she said she wasn't sure, they said, well, we'll have to let him go unless you're sure, and they really pressured her to be sure.
After years of confinement, another man, Jerry Wayne Johnson, would confess his guilt for the
He
rape.
was just pursuing the American dream, but he ended up living an American nightmare.
March 1985, a female Texas Tech student is raped, and Timothy Cole, also a student, somehow fits the suspect description.
He was arrested and labeled as the tech rapist.
Until December 2nd, 1999, when a heart attack took his life at just 39 years old.
I was a second-year law student at the time when he was convicted. And so my faith in the law and the law system and the legal system was a little shaken.
My sister was still in law school there. She was the only African-American female at Texas Tech Law School back then. And after all the publicity and things, people knew that was her brother, and she wrote to him in prison saying that she wanted to leave Texas Tech's law school.
I still wonder if he had not been arrested, what would his life have been? He was wanting to go to law school like my sister.
I thought that maybe I couldn't go on. I couldn't understand how that could have happened. How can I be involved in getting a legal education when the legal system has done this to him? And so when he heard about that, he wrote me this letter.
And he wrote her back and told her, do not leave Tech's law school. I still believe in the justice system, even though it does not believe in me.
Telling me that I couldn't give up on my dream. You know, hard work and dedication can lead to, these types of achievements.